Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Astrologer Eric Rosen here for Viking Rising Astrology for Saturday, January 6th, 2024. Thanks so much for being here. As always, if you want to get a private astrology reading, click on that link in that bio down below. I'm actually also doing a 2-hour special that I can drop below as well, where you can actually dive very deep into your 2024. What's it going to look like? We'll go month by month for a live astrology reading over Zoom. You can get that in that link in that bio down below as well. Well, here we are, more Moon Scorpio, which, I like this Moon in Scorpio, probably because, I was born with Saturn South Node here and Pluto, so, and we all got to see what it was like with the South Node in Scorpio up until the summertime this past year. So it's a welcome sight, the Moon traveling through Scorpio for the 2.5-day period that a Moon goes through a sign. And, it is making some sweet aspects today to that sun, especially later in the day. And there's a build up to it of seeing, is your soul's ambition blind, because there's repressed emotions going on? Or is there like a deep connected understanding? Scorpio deals very much with the sacral, the roots of things, of like, what's our true motivation, where to put our life force. So I think we don't want to waste this day. I think we really want to use it. The positive sense is really getting things done, but it's like building the boats, to take things to a sweet place, especially for the springtime that actually matters, that it feels deeply connected in yourself. So really from a practical standpoint, I would challenge everyone today, a couple times today, to just drop into their breathing and feel that area below the navel, and see if you can intuitively connect into this space, or however you want to connect intuitively, and just see if you could use this Moon making good aspects of that sun as like sussing out, like, are you on point? This is about looking like not being sloppy. Today is about going, okay, I'm truly motivated by my soul's ambition of what I feel that I came here to do. And Mars is helping to still making that aspect over to Saturn, going, yeah, like we'll help you build the boats. We'll help give, enough spiritual resources, which basically just means whatever God says that you need for, the path ahead to like make these things, reality. Remember not to trip. That Mercury and Neptune, they're in a weird space, that Mercury in shadow. So it's their own thinking and being a little too all over the place. They can be a little bit too taxing subconsciously and bring up fears, maybe anxieties about just, again, too many variables, too many things that we're just like unsure of. But it's like we've already kind of gotten the surety with that Mercury that's covering its tracks from its retrograde. We're really just implementing things. We've already seen them like challenge each other. And so this is more of like the implementation, to like take it to a higher, better spiritual path and horizon ahead, that we can actually start to really just believe in the positive side of Neptune, of, the spiritual dream and transmissions and intuitive awarenesses, as opposed to like the crazy side of it, where things feel like we're losing or we're slipping or something like that. So I think it's actually not a bad thing. I think we just have to pay really attention, put the bells and whistles on the things that actually matter, and to see that maybe there's not so many horizons that we need to extend to, and not psych ourselves out with that Mercury there and thinking that, oh, hooray. And now that Venus has been there since the retrograde, of like, oh yeah, there's all these like new projects or new things to do. I think that's kind of a no-no. I think that, there's a better plan. There's God's plan in place. And I think we go with that. We don't need to escape into nostalgia. We don't need to escape into, oh, maybe this will be fun and exhilarating and take me on a roller coaster ride. And it's like, well, we've already built in enough roller coaster rides into our own destined path of getting where we want to go. We don't need to go like taking side loops, loop-de-loops that don't end well for us, even if it's just a couple hours of the day that, we waste like tripping out on our own psychology, our own psychosis of our thinking. It sounds a little extreme, but that's Mercury and Neptune not getting along. It can be a little bit weird. And so, I feel for the people that have, mental health stuff coming up, but I think those that are doing, the work, that are doing things that just make sense from like a spiritual standpoint of their destiny. It's a good day. It's a good day for it, just like yesterday was. And, again, just a reminder, like, biggest thing is not to trip. Try to stay focused today. I know that we've relied on our minds a lot. That's been part of the conditioning of the human being, but this is where we can root more into things like our human design that's like actually helping lead that path to fruition for like making these things happen, that maybe we see it on the board, but then if you're curious about the how, it's just like, I mentioned earlier, dropping into the sacral and breathing, that may be different for someone else with a different human design type, but it's like you follow that stuff and you follow that nature, you're already getting the awarenesses of like the things to execute and implement. And so just remember, come back to that thing that's showing up that might seem like hard or even an obstacle because it's challenging you to grow and be better, and just show up to it. Just show up to that thing and you'll be better for it, no matter what the turnout of today is, or even by the end of the week. So I love you all. If you want to get that astrology reading, a 2024 deep dive, or even just want to hash it out with your human design, if you're curious about that, we can all get it going. Love you all. See you on the next horoscope. Peace.